Welcome back, everybody, to WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. How's everybody doing? Let me see if it. Yep. Oh, it looks like we got the live stream happening, and you guys can all hear me fine. I know you can hear me fine. I don't know why I always ask that. It's just one of those things. Okay. Well, I can tell right now. I can take some of that ceiling view away. Take some of that ceiling view away. There we go. How's everybody doing? We already got a full house, folks. We already got a full house. Let me see. I'll see it as it rolled in. Simon Breeds from in Germany was the first one to slide in. Hello, Simon. How are you doing in Germany? I believe it'd be 11 p.m. I am not sure. Amy Jo is watching the grandkids, but she's watching with one eye. Thank you, Amy Jo. Love you, sister. And then Aiden popped in, but Aiden's doing something. He's picking his son up, I believe, what he said. But you'll watch it later, he said. But I appreciate every view. And thank you, Aiden. Night Owl. And then the electric whittler rolled in. Hello, Josh. How you doing, brother? And then Grumpy slid in after that. Love you, Grumpy. And I hope that's okay that we made you a mod, man, because you're part of the family and you're always so supportive, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense. And then Spike rolled in. And that's awesome that Spike stayed up, because I know this is a hard one to catch for the boys across the pond. Spike rolled in. And then after Spike rolled in, from the original mod squad, Wheels rolls in. Hello, Wheels. How you doing, brother? It's like all of the old schools. Everybody is here. And then Perry, the carving wizard, comes in. Perry has been working so hard, guys, so just the fact that he's taking the time to come, I love you. I love all y'all. I love all y'all. You guys are family here. Wowwy'z Wonders. I hope that's okay that I call you that, because that's what you are. You're a wonder, each and every one of you. And before I get too goofy and crazy here, I did get news from a good friend, a brother. I call him my wee plonker brother. His name is Kevin Strelly. Over in the UK, Kevin lost his older brother today. And, you guys understand my life with my younger brother and the immense love I have for him. So just hearing that, Kevin, it broke a piece of my heart, because I carry those same feelings, And, brother, you were in my heart and you were in my thoughts. And you reach out anytime you want to chat about it. I know I'm not always, I try so hard to interact and everything, but if you need to talk to me, man, just reach out. I don't care what time it is with the time exchange and stuff. Just to you and Pauline and family, much love, okay? Thinking of you, brother, my wee plonker little brother. Hello, John, how you doing? Jane is here. Hello, Jane. Thank you, sister, for coming. Now we got two sisters in the house. How you doing, John? How have you been, Jane? Are you creating any magic lately, sister? I sure love your work. And I apologize, guys, for the crazy. The bangs were actually out to here. And I went in there and I chopped my own hair. Don't do what Wowie do. Don't do it. Don't do that. Chow! Cut my own hair. My wife is she used to manage hair salons, so that's why I usually have it's pretty much kept in check, but got a little crazy in the bangs. So I apologize to everybody watching. Don't change the channel on behalf of my hair. Yes, they do make barbers for that, Perry. So, guys, I hope everybody's doing good. I'm going to continue on here, even though, like I said, I got sadness in my heart for Kevin, but I hope he understands that I really mean what I say that, okay? Anytime, brother. I'm here for you, man. And hold strong. What are we doing today, guys? I promised you a little bit of a special thing today, guys. If you read the title, and if you're tuning in from Facebook land, I said a little teaser pleaser there, but I might as well show you all right off the bat, because this is what's going to be making because we're also going to be doing some stuff. Well, just let me get this. Look at this, you guys. This has been in the underbelly, the Two Brothers One Vision stash, for 10 years, maybe longer. Now look at this, you guys, and look at the. Have you ever seen a crazy ass goat-looking mofo like that? Billy is here. Hello, Billy. Thanks for coming back. Hey, Darren is here. I was just mentioning Two Brothers, One Vision. Everybody, Darren Dib, that's my brother. That's my little bro. Woo! I'm wearing the feather, bro. I'm wearing the feather for sore. And I wore this. I chose this today for Kevin Strelly's brother. I hope that his soul finds home. He goes to where he goes, and maybe he's just started off on his travels in this universe. But the feather today is for Kevin's brother, and that stands for sore. Okay? So here is, I think this was actually Darren's, but see, the back of it is all funky and wonky, but we're not worrying about that. We're worrying about this. Isn't that neat, guys? So, you can kind of see, there's a line here. This is going to be his mouth. I'm going to bring it up a little bit, give him some cheek. But this spot for his eye, and like you can even see where this thing grew around, as kind of like helping you know where the top lid is going to go. Isn't that neat? So yes, this is going to be a side profile of a crazy ass Star Wars inspired funky thing. I'm going to do a big eye on the side here today, guys, and the bags hanging neat under, and these weird things. But maybe, should I? So you see where the little mouth? This is what I said on my Facebook post, that Mother Nature, this is another beautiful collaboration with Mother Nature, because she gave us what, like, look at that. It's all perfect. I'm just waiting. And when we first got this piece, Darren said, look at it, looks like a crazy Star Wars creature. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you could carve that, bro. And I was like, no, I couldn't, man. This is before I started power carving. My brother's always believed in me. And ever since we started doing Two Brothers, One Vision, he would show me those signs and stuff that the Disney carvers, the professional carvers, carve those Disney signs and stuff. And he would say, you can do that. You could do that, Larry. And I didn't ever believe him. But I'm a wood carver now. And so things like this, the things that he believed that I could do when I couldn't, we're getting to an area now where I'm going to do it. We are going to do it to it. Joe! So that's going to be fun. But first, oh, LaRue is here. Everybody say hello to LaRue. He takes care of the music. What's going on here? Oh, Aubrey, my cousin is here. Hey there, Kale and I get to hang out today. Thank you for coming. Aubrey is my cousin, and Kale, a lot of you guys know Kale because he is my co-designer and collaborator with the Kindred Spears Woodcarvers logo, which we designed, which I designed, and Kale digitized it and made it into the colored logo, and it's just a beautiful thing. And so that's who they are. So everybody, you be nice to Aubrey and Kale, and you be nice to my brother. Just kidding. Actually, no, but LaRue. Thank you, Perry, for saying hello to LaRue. LaRue does all the music around here, and as you know, music is a huge part of Wowwy'z life. And here I also had to put the watcher, Wowwy'z latest watcher, guys. I like that one. So that's going to be sent off to a lucky, a tribe member. I'm going to start doing that with the watchers. Not for any real particular reason. And I'm thinking too, I have another one that's about 3/4 of the way through. I'm going to show Sugi Ban the cloak. Burn the frick out of it. And then wire brush it and just see what happens. Because, all wood show Sugi Bans in a different way. And you just never really know how she's going to go. So I'm going to do that too. I don't know if we'll do it today because we got a lot on the plate, but that's going to happen. And I'll do it on a live, of course, because I love sharing all this with you guys. And one more thing I got to talk to you guys about. Look at Bing. Bing's all taped up. And you guys know that I've been talking about paint and Bing with the different treatments of spray paint with the dark green, and then using that as a base and then going in with the coppers and stuff. But last night I spent the night with my little brother Darren, who's in the chat. And he and I got to talking, and if there's anybody's opinion in this world when it comes to art that I will listen to and consider, because I can be very, very hard-headed, and when it comes to art, and I'm just like, fuck you. I will do what I want because it's the Wowwy vision, and I just get, but Darren can like talk me into some, like I'm not always right? So Darren can actually talk to me, and I will consider it when it comes to like what I've decided I'm going to do with these things. And he said that sometimes when there's too much paint on a carving, it's not a carving anymore, and it just becomes something else. And Two Brothers One Vision, we are very, very passionate about nature and just the wood and the grain and the beautiful things that Mother Nature does on her own, right? The Creator. And he said, so I've been wanting to paint it because we did all this underneath with the wood epoxy because this was all rotted. And so that's why I kept on saying, no, I have to paint it. But then after talking with Darren last night, he's like, you don't have to do nothing, because we have dye. We have aniline dye. And if I dye it, I will still be able to see the wood grain and stuff. And so, because you guys know that there's all of these holes are going to have crystals in it with static grass and moss around the crystals, so you can't see the holes. And so the fact that I'm using the static grass, and I already intended on having it going up like she's coming out of the ground, I don't have to. I can cover all of this with static grass and moss going up. I'll just do a little bit more than I at first intended. And going up on this side, up under the arm cuff. So, long story short, I'm going to dye it first, and then we can see how that looks, and if it was the right choice. And then, if it's not, then we paint it. So this way, there's no regret. There's no shoulda, woulda, coulda, did I, woulda, hunna. You know what I'm saying? We don't like regret around here. Two Brothers, One Vision. So, we'll dye it first. I got everything ready. The aniline dye. Willing to try. So we'll do that. Dye her. Set her down aside where she's safe. Go to work on that freaking wobble dobble from Unabobble. Is that what it's called? A wobble dobble? I don't know. You goat bastard, yeah. But we'll work on that after we've dyed Bing and let Bing go sit outside and dry. And then we'll bring Bing in after and take a look and see how she looks. Frickin' rights. And thank you, Darren, for, talking a little sense into me, because I'd rather dye it. I'd much rather see the wood grain, is my point. I just always thought I had to paint it because of that wood epoxy reconstruction, but we figured it out. What does that sound like, boys? Girls. Gage says too much paint starts to become crafty. Exactly. That's exactly the point. Hello, Gage. Thank you for being here. What you guys talking about? I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything. From Trees to These is here. Hello! Our good friend from Trees to These. Gage is here. Ray and Sandy's Woodworking. Hello! Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Thank you. Sorry about the hair. Oh, Stevens S. Carvings is here. Stevens S. Carvings is in the house. Stevens S. Carvings is in the house. Steven made me all my little the Two Brothers One Vision signs that we have all over the place, and I actually send to some of the people that when I send a care package, to get a little ornament. That's from Stevens S. Carvings for this 3D printer. Freaking awesome. Thanks for coming, Steven, and much love to the wife, because you say that the wife usually watches too. You guys got great taste, I must say. Perry is talking. Ray. Everybody's talking. Alrighty. Well, again, thank you guys for being here. It's just means so much to Wowie. Okay, so that is going to be the plan. Also, Perry has been talking to me, trying to teach me a little, teach the old dog some new tricks. And there's some programs that I'm gonna try that it'll be set on the laptop. So I'm gonna have to figure out that because I don't want a bad view of me from the MacBook camera. But basically, if I use this program, I'm gonna be able to have different camera and then also the overhead camera. And I just have to maybe buy some GoPros or something. I gotta find something cheap. But maybe I'll talk to Jordy. Maybe he has some for sale. But yeah, I would like to have it so that there's different camera angles that I can switch to. And then possibly some music when I'm carving and making the loud noises. So Perry's been helping me with that kind of stuff. And I really appreciate that, brother. Man, you know, like when people are helping each other in these with our YouTube channels and stuff, and it's such an amazing community, and it really means a lot when somebody will help you along your way, you know. I really appreciate that, Perry. Oh, Ray and Sandy, Scrumpy, thank you. I'm feeling better today. I didn't know you were feeling down and out, Ray. Much love to you, brother. Hope you get through it. Hold strong. Gotta share the love. Life is too short, says. Yes, you know that, Perry. Thank you, man. And the knowledge. That's right. That's right. Because me personally, like, I'm not bad with art, but when it comes to all the computer stuff, oof. And like when, like, I get like that frustration when it's like you can't fucking throttle the thing. And like when there's a little thing spinning and it's not doing what you want. Like that just, when you're not physically able to, I don't know. That just drives me bonkers, man. When I don't understand what the computer's doing and no. But we got great friends out there that do know and they're willing to help. So I really appreciate that, Perry. So maybe you guys will be able to get better so I'm not wingo and doing the weird shit and moving around and making people car sick. Sorry about that, baby. Spooky Doobie, for making you car sick with my videos. Did you guys see the new Baby Vader video? And then we got a friend. We got a new friend staying at the house. His name is Nib Jib. It's a Jawa. But apparently they're working on a project together, and Baby Vader needed. I'm calling him BV now because he gets pissed when I call him Baby Vader. But he's only 2.5 feet tall. But yeah, he's got this Jawa staying with him, and they're working on this project together. And BV said he needed his help. Jawas are really, really good with mechanics and making things work and computers and robotics. So they're doing something. I don't know what it is, but keep an eye open because as soon as I find out, I'm going to be making a video and sharing it with y'all. Yep, go look. It's only It's only a 2-minute video. It says Baby Vader is back with a new friend. So yeah, that's been happening in my house. All right, guys. Well, no time. Whoa, that's kind of. Let me brush this off. Wow, God, my goodness, that wasn't a good idea to do that right in front of the fan. I just ate probably spider eggs and all sorts of stuff. That was great. So yeah, I'm gonna do Bing on this dollar store tray so I don't get green dye on my. I'm gonna set that. I'll set that woogle woggle aside. That's gonna be fun, guys. Bringing that to life. A big eye. I don't know if it should be staring like out or forward. You guys are gonna have to tell me. Ah, that stuff, man. I got it all in my eyes. My goodness, wowie. Okay, well, I'll fix the. Grumpy's laid back. Hi, Matthew. Happy curmudgeon carving is here. Hello, Matthew. Thanks for coming back, brother. Woo! All the good people are here. And I sure frickin' appreciate you folks. Jeez. It's hard when you're 6'2", 175 in this little tiny shed. Knock stuff out and boom, bing, bang, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, well, change the camera. My God. Do this and a little bit of this. Sorry for the car sick. How about this? Huh? You like that? How about a little of this? How about a little of that? How's that look? Weekend Adventures with Matt Watchler is here. Hello, my friend. Hello, Matt. Thank you for popping. And Matt, congratulations. Matt just won a couple places. I think it was a first and a second place in a, I don't know what type of competition it was, but he won. He won this he made this really cougar, it's like a cougar or a mountain lion piece. And it's all painted and stuff. Kind of a relief style. And then there was another piece. I can't recall right now because I got live TV brain, but awesome job and congratulations, bro. I just love it when the tribe wins, you know? I just love it. It's a win for me. I love it. So congrats. Oh, okay, it was his local county fair. Yep. He won first place on one thing and second on another. That is freaking wicked, man. Okay, so I'm gonna need, and thank you for popping by, Matthew. I'm gonna need some shop rags. These blue shop rags, I don't know if you guys get them where you live. They're just called a shop rag, but they're really good, man. And they're strong. My father-in-law, Mr. Randy, likes them for blowing the old honker because they don't blow. You don't blow a hole in it like regular Kleenex. Okay. Well, you guys needed to hear that. Mr. Randy, shout out to Mr. Randy. I love Mr. Randy. Okay, so I'm just going to, I got this big ass brush here. So I'm just going to, I'll hit it with the big, and then I'll use the finer brushes when I'm going around the face, but might as well not piss around and just do it to it, right? Okay. So this aniline dye, and I don't know if I say that right, aniline, but it can fade over time. But if you seal it with like a Rust-Oleum, I like to use Rust-Oleum products for my final sealing. Sealing like SEALING, and they have a matte that won't, like, it'll bring the color out and seal everything in, but it doesn't make it like super high glossy, right? So you can still have a bit of a natural look. And so that's what I want to do. If we stay with the dyed green on Bing here, I will seal it, so I don't want it fading over time and yada yada, right? So, but we're gonna see. We don't know how this is going to take the color. We just don't know nothing until we do it. So time. It is time, folks, to do it to it. Here we go. Okay. Well, right off the bat, like this is it's a deep forest kind of green. So I'm going to paint it on, but I'm not going to really know what it's going to look like until it's dried. So right off the bat, it's going darker, but you just don't know. You just don't know. So I'm just going to get going here. Going to get nice and deep in those cracks. I sure hope this works out and it looks cool. So I really would like to see the wood grain in the finished product. My brother is a smart kid, man. And like, I'm not sure who just said that, gauge. Sometimes if there's too much paint, it becomes a bit crafty. And if that's not the look you're like, there's nothing wrong with crafty, but if that's not the look that you're going for, sorry, my arm's in the way, guys. I'll just do that. Kneel her up there. Is that better? So, yeah, if that's not the look you're looking for, then. And this way, we're gonna know. And if it's not the look we're looking for, we will paint that bad boy. And we will paint it with vigor. So we're not pissing around anymore. Paint has taken a lot of time. And if you folks don't know, Two Brothers, One Vision, my brother and myself, we're both disabled artists. And mine is a back injury. And I just happen to live with chronic pain. And I'm not crying about it. It's just my life, right? So sometimes our projects can take a lot of time over a long period of time because you can't always create. You're not always good enough to do it. It sucks, but sometimes you have to create as pain will allow it. And that sucks, but this is how it is. And I'd rather do it like that than be all hopped up on pills. You know, well, I take stuff for my pain, but not the fast acting stuff that's like really, really bad for you and really, really addictive. I don't take that stuff. So maybe I could create more if I was taking lots of that kind of stuff, but I don't. I try and stay with the natural ways to kill pain, right, Grumpy? So yeah, so far I don't know, like, I don't know if this is, it doesn't really look like it's really taking much color, but like I said, we're not going to know till it's been on there, and it might even take a couple coats, but once it gets on there and dries, we'll know. But like, look, I'm going to paint it on I'm going to put it on this weird stuff, this 2-part wood epoxy, but it's not going to suck it in. Sure has some nice, beautiful colors in it. Like me and Darren and I were trying to figure out what kind of wood this was last night when we were talking, but maybe he suggested it could be like an apple or something, like, because it's so hard. This is the hardest wood that I've ever carved. And it being a Burl, that was the only reason why I did this. I found it in the forest, and had this weird arm sticking out, and this Burl on it. And the whole reason why I cut it off, took me forever to cut it off with a handsaw in the forest. But the whole reason I did it was because of the Burl, right? Because we're wood geeks, and we just love Burls. I just got given this huge Burl. I posted a short right before I went live, guys. Baby's got back. Our friend Jonathan Goulet just dropped it off the other day. And it is a freaking humdinger, man. So I couldn't express thanks enough to him because, you know, especially with wood carving, like in a post I made, I said there is no art without first the canvas. And I guess that's not always true, because you can do art, you can write poetry, well, I guess you still need the paper. You can write a song and just sing it into the air. So you don't always need a canvas, but for most art, you have to have a canvas before you have art, right? And when you're a wood carver, most especially. And so the fact that I have, you know, friends that are out there looking out for me, And bringing wood is just, oh man, it's a gift like no other. So thank you, Jonathan. I don't think you watch these, but his brother Josh does, and Josh does a lot for our family too, man. Josh is a wicked man, and I say that the Goulet boys are like our guardian angels for my family, because each one of them have helped us in different ways. Except Aaron, he lives on the mainland. I haven't met Aaron, but the other boys have. They all have helped us. Shout out to the Goulet boys. So, what am I learning? I'm learning that this wood isn't porous. Doesn't give a crap what I think. It don't. It's just going to do what it do. So, I'll get it on there. I'm going to get down to a smaller brush because I don't want the stuff shooting everywhere and getting all over me too. But so far, guys, there's a green. I'm kind of digging this. The fact that it's not super. Okay, I'll get to this smaller brush. But just the fact that it's not super like strong. I don't know. We're not going to know until we get it all on there and it is dried, and then we'll know. And then if it's not enough, we'll put another. But it looks good. We'll put another coat on her. But if it's not what we want, we move on to step 2. Option 2, I should say. Thank you guys for your patience, because I know this might not be the most entertaining thing to watch. I haven't even looked at the screen. I don't even know how many are here watching me anymore, because I can't mess around with this. I have to do this right. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Okay, let's really get that in there on this cuff. I hope this works. Another thing, and it was going through my head, but I just don't have the money for it this month, is you can get tattoo ink, and then you water it down really good, the tattoo ink, and then use that as your paint for your wood. And the cool thing about the tattoo ink is that it too will still allow the grain to pop through. But I still haven't tried that. I've just watched Jordy do it. Okay. And this is the part where I'm sketchy about, because I don't want it to, even though I paint, or I taped Bing's face off, I don't want this stuff rolling through and bleeding through on her. So now that it's starting to dry, guys, I'm starting to get excited. Okay, I want to do this so that you guys can see it a bit better. Sorry, guys, it's not What are you guys thinking? Huh? Hey, Matt Carves is here. Daniel Aluga is here. Tim List Creations is here. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, once I get this on, be able to take a little break. That's awesome that you guys popped in, man. Really, really appreciate it. Matt Carves is in the house. He is an amazing creator himself. And if you guys don't know about his channel, check him out. Very much deserved, as are all of the creators in our tribe. That just happens to be, well, I consider him a teacher. Okay, so there is some fine, yeah, I gotta do this right, so I'm just gonna keep on going, and I'll go in there with a really fine brush around this edge. And I can kind of do that later too, a little bit more, because the good thing about this die is that it's not super like finicky when you're blending and stuff. You can still, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not as finicky as like paint per se. That frickin' edge. Okay, get some more of this part here. Oh man. It's looking pretty cool. If I don't say so myself. If I don't say so my own self. Okay. Alright, now I believe I've made it all the way. I don't care that it's getting on the bottom. I'm going to put it in all these little holes here just to make sure they all know who's in charge here. No frickin' around. But after we got the crystals glued in, guys, I'm gonna be covering all of the glue and all of these holes with flocking. I guess I really don't need to be doing. I'm just gonna do this around. I don't know why I do certain things when it's gonna get covered, but it'll make my brain feel better if I do it. And yeah, it'll be all covered up with flocking, and static grass is what I'm using to bring the forest floor up like she's coming from the ground. Okay, so that being the first, it's weird, it'll dry, but it'll dry in certain spots, but then I don't know. I guess it all also has to do with how much I've sanded in each spot, you know? Okay, I'm going to stop that right there. Get this one out. And I'm going to set a little bing here. Whoa, that just came right off. Crappy brushes. And put her outside. Let her dry in the hot summer air. And then we'll check back with her. But so far, I think it's looking pretty neat. And like I said, the whole reason why we're trying this way first is to see if we can save some of that wood grain. Okay, almost there, Wowie, without making a goddamn catastrophe. Okie dokie. So I'll set this here, put these here, and I'll just set being outside for a moment. Oh. Okay, well, we will see. We will see. Oh, man. I still got a few of the viewers. My goodness. Woo, that was kind of intense. How are we all doing? Let me get this crazy bright light down. Okay. Let me just get caught up here in the talk. I had to drop out, but I made it back. The electric whittler is back. Callan is here. Callan Ranches. You guys, Callan is Kale's sister, and the first time she's ever come to the live. How you doing, Beaners? Oh man, love you guys. And Matt Carves is here. I think I managed Tim List. Callan Ranches. My goodness. Callan, hi Uncle. Excited to see what you do. Your magic. Well, thank you, Beaners. Doing well, Larry, says Tim List. Good. Does Perry have to go? That's awesome, Callan. Yo! Yeah, welcome to the little, welcome to the workshop out here, the live, the creation station. That's awesome, man. Oh, Runick's Workshop is here. Hey, Runick's. How you doing, man? Another awesome creator, guys. If you guys like painting, custom painting, pinstriping, really funky like skateboard graphics and stuff like that, check out Runick's Workshop. So many wicked creators in our tribe. Thank you for coming, sir. And then Matt Carves. Matt is in New Zealand, and he is a volunteer firefighter. So I know he's busy, but I do believe it's winter in Australia and New Zealand. But anyways, he's a busy man. He has his own channel and doing his stuff, and he's like got a big channel and members and stuff, and always making members videos and all that stuff. So he's a busy man. So the fact that Matt Carves can pop in and say hello and support old Wowie means a lot to old Wowie. And Two Brothers, One Vision. Thank you, sir. Yeah, lots of the good people are here today. That's cool, man. And Callan, like Kale, is an amazing artist herself. And she can draw like a mother. And like a mofo. And she also works with birds. She works at Raptors out here with the big birds. You know, she's a trainer. She has the big glove and everything. Really awesome kids, man. And they have so much talent. I'm so proud of my cousins. I love them all very dearly, and I support them all because they're all really talented in their own special ways. Runick Slink, yep, right there, Runick Workshop. Thank you, Spike. Thank you. The Mod Squad always got Wowwy'z back. Ciao. So, moving along. What are we at? 2:43. Okay, so it took me probably a half an hour, 20 minutes to paint that all on the Bing. I don't know, it's getting green. It's getting green. Yow. So, we gotta move on. I better drink some water because my wife keeps telling me, man, if I do that, pass out on live TV. There won't be no more live TV. She's all excited. We have a restaurant called the White Spot out here, and every year, I don't know how many times they do it, but they do this thing where they're raising money for a kid's cause, and they have a pirate pack. So you go there and you get a burger and fries, but it comes in a pirate pack, like a cardboard pirate. And for some reason, Katie's just all excited about the pirate pack. She saw it was on again. So we're going to the White Spot tonight for a freaking burger that comes out in a cardboard pirate pack. Love you, baby. Spooky doobie. Oh, man, eh? Oh. And please, folks, hit like. You might have to tap your thing, tap the screen, do however you got to do it, because Wowie needs the likes, and every time you hit like, the algorithm hamster gets a pellet. And the more pellets that he gets, and if you sub, it gets like a special pellet, which it really likes, one of the premiums. And then he's really happy with Wowie. So please hit like, make the algorithm hamster happy. That's how it works around here. So I don't understand. So I just made this thing up in my head. I don't understand the algorithm and what this whole thing is. So I just made this thing up in my head. It's just this big chubby hamster, and it's got all these tubes and pipes around it, and sitting in this little cage. And the tubes and the pipes come out on either side, and as I get the hits and likes, they come rolling out and eat this stuff. Yeah, I'm crazy. I am crazy. Let's hit a couple hearts for that. Woohoo! Perfect analogy, says Runick. Thank you. At least there's a couple other crazy mofos out there that see it the way Wowie do. Okay. Next part of the show, guys. We are doing the Oogle Boogle. The who's a what's it? Oh, we're gonna bring this creature to life, folks. So, like I was rambling before, I see its little mouth there. I see its little mouth right there. So I'm gonna bring that out more. I'm gonna cut it in with a little carbide ball bit, and then clean it up with my 7144 like I do here, where, yeah, it is like a caveman club, eh? It's a neat club. Boom, boom. But once it's turned into this alien creature, I don't know what I'll do. If it'll just be like a thing that you hang on the wall, or maybe one day it'll have a body. You know? Because sometimes you start a creation, and then it just has a way of continuing on, right? So, like I said before, I saw this creature when we first got this wood, and so did Darren. So I'm gonna widen this thing here with my Kutzall burrs, so it's more of a nice shape of an eye. And then after I got that eye shape cut in, I'm gonna cut in with my little ball burrs, cut in the lines for the bags, and then after that I'll switch over to my Kutzall fine detail burrs, and I'll just start rounding things on either side and making it look like folds and wrinkles underneath the eye there. And you'll just watch, like as I do it, I'm gonna carve, and then I'll point it to the camera. Then I'll carve a little bit, and then I'll point it to the camera, okay? So you guys can see it as I go. And you're gonna see me doing it too. But I just find that when I watch it back later, and when I do that, when I carve a little bit and then kind of show you guys, it makes up for not being right over top, right? With like the over top here. But I just found that after I started doing my lives this way, because when you go into landscape mode, although it's a much nicer picture, you don't get the views. And we need views. We need to gain traction for this channel and get the subs and get moving along, right? And a lot of people, I got feedback, right? And after I did it the first time in vertical, and the way I do it now with how I change away the view and stuff and move everything around and talk to you guys, most people liked it better than just being over top and just watching my hands. And so, hey, you're going to give the people what they want, and that's how we do it. So, with that, I will get myself set up here. Okay, what do I got? Okay, on the sanding mandrel, I got this little sanding pad. We're going to use that, but not right now. So, we'll get our tools, our weapons ready here. So carving right off the bat, I guess I will use a little carbide ball. Now, some of you folks know, if you look down there in the basement, also known as the video description, you'll see that we have some links down there. That's because Two Brothers One Vision are Kutzall affiliates and Amazon associates. Okay, so that means, oh no, that's not right. Sorry. Sorry, I just put the carbide ball on the sanding mandrel one. If you use our Kutzall code down at the bottom, number one, to buy some tools, to go in and get the same tools that we're using here today, you will get a discount, an automatic discount applied to you. If you use our Amazon links that are down below in the basement, going through that portal of our link and then buying the tool or whatever, we get some credit. I don't even know if we even get money. It's just more like making the Amazon algorithm hamster happy. But if you go in through our link, and then even if you get like distracted and go buy something else, like a pink flamingo or something, we still get a little bit of credit because you came in through the link. But yeah, the tools that we use here, like this little carbide ball that I'm about to put in there, my little cutter. You see that? It's like got these little slots along it. It's a sharp little spinner. Those carbide burrs are down below, and they're from Dremel. And then I also use, after I make a cut line with that one, I will very, very often switch over to the Dremel 7144, and they're a little diamond burr, a little pointy diamond burr, that are really, really good for cleaning up cut lines and for detailing and stuff. And also, being the Kutzall affiliates that we are going to be using our Kutzall tools. And this here is the new fine detail burr set. It's the fine detail set. No, it's the detail set in fine flavor. I call it the flavors. And so those are really, really wicked burrs for like especially smaller little areas and smaller carves like this one is. So yeah, that'll be the weapons. The spread. That's what I called it. When I first started making my videos, I would do the spread, and I would lay out the tools that we're using for that project. I'm going to bring the spread back, because that was fun. Okay, so now, what the frick have I done? Okay, no, that's okay. So now I've got to get the carver. I got everything moved around, like we were like polishing Bing's face, and so I had this going on there. On the sandy mandrels, you can put like Scotch-Brite. This is actually synthetic steel wool, they call it at Canadian Tire. And if you put that on the sanding mandrel, really, really good for sanding, for the final sanding, the polishing. But it's also really, really good for shosugi ban. This, after you've burnt it. And I'm looking forward to going and shosugi ban in the washer, because when you shosugi ban it, all of those grains, you burn it, and so only the harder grain shows or stays, and then you wire brush it, and the burnt stuff goes away, and so the grain becomes more pronounced, and it's a really, really neat effect. And I've learned that a lot of the, like I believe the shosugi ban is a Japanese thing, but another reason why they did it is that scorched wood keeps the bugs back. So they used to do like a shosugi ban treatment with their houses and stuff, especially what's closer to the ground, and burn it so that the bugs don't get into it. And then the artists that the Japanese are, they started to bring it into their arts and their creations. So that's neat about shosugi ban. Anyways, that is what we're gonna do, guys. So now that I've verbally spewed all that, I'm set up to go. I'm going to fix the camera. First, we got to do the carbon fusion spider check. Make sure there are no spiders in our face mask, because that is never fun. PPE, people, always use your PPE. When I'm power carving, I always use my face mask and my eyes. Okay? So that's what's happening. I'll keep the overhead light for this because I know it's better for you guys. And I appreciate that I go back and forth with my cozy lights, because I just love my Christmas lights. I just love them. So yes, I will carve a bit, and then I'll show you guys. Let's see how this is good enough. So carve, 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 show. Carve, 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 show. Is that going to be okay? Let me just check with this. Perfect analogy. Caveman Club. Basset Hound. Yep, I see the Basset Hound too. What a fun way to spend a Wednesday. How? Callan, every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific, I am here doing this. And I've been doing it for like I think 3 months now. I see Turtle's head looking to the left. Yep. It is a very, very turtley looking thing. Just isn't Mother Nature freaking awesome, man? You know? And I love, like, I'm like, some people when it comes to burls, they'll just, power it all away and then, get everything smooth and then carve something into it. But I don't like doing that. I like to, I like to work, and it's like a collaboration with the creator, right? Who has to, oh, Tim has to go? Got to pop out to get dinner. If you're all still back on, I'll be back. Thank you, Tim. Really appreciate you coming, man. You must take a lot of walks in the forest to find these pieces. Actually, we do hunt them down, but we also have friends, amazing friends and family, that because they know what kind of art we do, they're always looking for us, right? And this was a gift. I think our friend Graham gave that to Darren. But yeah, we're beachcombing, we're forest picking, and then we also got awesome people in our pack and family and friends that are always looking for us. Have a good night, Tim. Thanks again for coming, man. Thank all y'all for being here. Darn tootin'. Okay. I will first cut in the mouth, and then I'm going to switch quickly over to my Kutzall fine taper burr, and I'm going to widen this eye thing here, and then we'll just start going. We will start going. Time to make some noise. All right. Let's do it. Switch that over to the fine taper. I'm not going to turn the dust machine on until it gets a little bit too much, and then you guys can still kind of hear me. So yeah, I just switched over to the Kutzall fine taper burr. I'm going to widen that eyelid area. That's what I like. Okay. Now for some sanding. Gotta turn on the dust collector. Woo! There's the mouth. And the start of the eye. Dremel 7144. This new little Kutzall fine taper, fine detail. folks. Ugh. Old Wowie will go until the goggles are too foggy to continue. Moo! Keith Jones says hello. Hello, Keith Jones. Baron Boss Lady is here. Hey, brother. My goodness. Well, he's one lucky guy to have all of my tribe coming around. Heck yeah, I can't stay, but hi, Wowie. Well, that's good. I appreciate you coming by, Bear. Appreciate you, Keith Jones. If you're the first time coming or a repeat, you're very much appreciated here. I'm Wowie. And this is the kind of crazy crap that my brain sees. So do you see that, folks? What I've started to do is you create the eyeball in there, right? And once you got your shape defined, you start to you go in deeper in the corners of the eye, and that will give it the more of a rounded look. Okay? So here and here, you go in deeper, and that will give it that football rounded look, right? And then once you got that nice and round and established, then we can use, and what I'm going to do, because I'm cool at that, I'm just kidding, but I use the Kutzall burrs that I have. Sorry, I'm dropping everything. And you use those burrs, like you use this burr as the first ring, so you know the outer, the blue part, you use the big one, and then inside there, for the pupil, you use this smaller one, or you can use like the rounded end, because I have a couple of these Kutzall burrs that are a ball nose cylinder for the 1/8. So it's like you start do that for the big part, for the blue part, you know, and then do the pupil with the end of that. And that's a very, very easy way. I believe in sculpture that's called the Michelangelo, I think. The way to do an eye, it's just what I'm trying to say is that it's a way of that some of the masters, the sculptors did their eyes, right? But for me, it's just a really cool way to utilize the shapes of those burrs and use them to your advantage. And those are things that I just learned as I've become a better carver, and a power carver especially. But you know, I watch videos on YouTube of you see that weird ass looking Star Wars figure coming to life. But I also watch videos on how to use chisels and stuff. And there's lots of tricks where you use the curved end of a chisel, and straight up and down, and bang bang bang, and you just go around in a circle, and you use the shape of the chisel to achieve your perfectly round, if you need a perfectly round spot. And that goes for pupils too. They have little tiny chisels that are like a little U shape, and you like poke that in and then turn it, spin your chisel, and you'll then achieve the perfectly round hole that you're looking for. So there's all these different ways, of utilizing your tools when you're a carver to your benefit. Does that make any sense? How's everybody doing? Everybody still good? Watching? You're okay? You haven't got tired of old Wow yet? Daniel Tharp is here? Hello, Daniel. You guys, Daniel Tharp is from my Facebook land and Kindred Spirits Wood Carvers. Sorry, I mentioned that here, guys. Look at that, Daniel is a brother and a wicked carver himself, and I'm very, very honored that he comes. And he's a Two Brothers One Vision supporter from way back, and I truly appreciate you, Daniel. I hope you know that. So, as I'm talking, I'm gonna stop here, and I'm just gonna stop here while I'm talking and just sand a little bit. because I didn't know this. I don't know this Burl from, what's the saying, from Adam. I don't know what kind of wood this is. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, this is the first time I've ever carved this type of wood, or, well, maybe not, but I don't, like, sometimes you can go in with an idea and that bad boy will blow apart on you, right? And it's not because you did anything wrong, it's because the wood isn't, and that goes, like, especially for burls. Sometimes the wood is really, really hard and good and will take, you know, take a cut and take the shape that you're wanting to do. And sometimes burls, like I showed you the back of this, you know, all pitted and weird stuff going on. Like, you can't trust that. And like, you can't go in and like carve into that really. Well, you could, but you're in for some heartache. But yeah, you just don't really know until you get in there and start going at it, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm establishing that eye. Whoops, sorry, I just saw somebody. Oh, Timlis is back. Awesome. Loving it, Uncle, says Callan. Thank you, sweetie. You know, Callan knows, because she's been, well, she's family, but she knows the weird stuff that her uncles get up to. And Callan, like I said, she's an amazing artist herself. Very, very talented. And now they're all getting grown up, man. Grown up. You see a post on Facebook and you're like, hey, that's a pretty girl. Whoa, that's my cousin. My goodness. And just it was just like yesterday. It's like they're just these little tiny beaners running around causing mayhem. I started hanging out with Aubrey and her kid when Brooke was, and Brooke, she's like my little Padawan, and I taught her how to make blung. Well, like, it's not, blung is our jewelry that we make out of antique keys and stuff, but it's not like it takes a lot of talent, but there's a lot of art to blung. You know, how to hang things right, how many links in the chain you use for danglers and this and that, and how to open and shut jump rings right, and lots of stuff. And so I taught Brooke, and Brooke is Callan's older sister. There's Brooke, and then there's Delana, then there's Callan, and then there's Kale. And they're like, since I didn't have kids, they're like my next, they're what God gave me, because I couldn't have kids myself. My wife and I decided not to because of my back. And you know, I think I'd be a really, really awesome dad. And so I used my chance to be an uncle, because I'm a cousin, but they call me Uncle Larry, Uncle Wowie. And it's my chance. God brought them to my life so that I could still do that kind of stuff, you know? It's really, really important. I think it's part of why our souls are here, living this lesson that is life, because it is just a big lesson on a soulful level. But I think a big part of being here and the school that our souls go to, which is life, I think a big part of that is caring for the little ones and being selfless and putting them first, right? Like parents do. And I think that's just a thing that our souls and we as people got to go through, because that's what it's all about. It's not a selfish me thing. Life isn't about me. And parents are your biggest, hugest examples of that. And Aubrey and Coase, and that's Callan's parents. Aubrey's my cousin, and Coase married her. They're like some of the best parents that I've ever seen. I'm really, really proud of all of them. They're a really great family. So there you go. I got all sentimental. Oh, she called me one of the greatest uncles out there. Well, thank you, Beaners. Love you. But yeah, they just love blung and the whole world of Two Brothers, One Vision. And Cal and like how Brooke and I became really, really close with the blung and stuff. Callan had a real connection with Darren and his copper work and his ornaments, and she started to help out with selling those, helping Uncle sell his ornaments, and then she took some of them and went to craft fairs herself and sat and represented Two Brothers, One Vision. And that's something that we'll always, always cherish and hold in our hearts, Callan, that you did that for us. And I know Darren feels the same way. And it's just nothing like it, having the support of your people, man. And I know I'm a big gentle giant and a sap, but that's the way I go. That's the way I work. I had my go at this world being a troublemaker and just I lived that life, and I learned very quickly that it's not what we're out here to do. Not me, anyways. That's not what lighthouses do, right, guys? Lighthouses are here to share their shine and help those who are still out in the storm. That's what Be a Lighthouse is all about, guys. So let me just give a couple hearts to all of you awesome folks. And hey, let me just, I'm not going to show you yet, but I'm just going to peek. Oh my goodness. Bing is green. Ow! Chow! Bing is green, guys. I'll bring old Bing in at the end of the show and then we can see. But now that I've stopped here for a little bit and seen where we're at, I'm going to continue on rounding this eyeball and in the corners like I showed you guys there. And let's just hope and pray that this burl holds strong, because I'm already finding like some weird little like worms or bugs leave like these weird little tracks in wood, and I've just ran into a couple of those. We don't want that, so I'm gonna go a little bit less aggressive. I'll go back to because I got a bunch of these Kutzall fine tapers that have been like worn away pretty good, eh? You see that? So they started as a fine flavor, and now they've almost become like a diamond burr. So I'm going to switch to that, because this here little Kutzall one from the fine detail set, she's still nasty. She's still got a lot of bite on her. And we want to be gentle to this inner wood. You got to be gentle, folks. You get all around. Well, no, there are, one of our teachers, one of our founders, old Jordy Johnson, he has a hard time having that gentle hand, but we call him heavy hands. But I'm going to go in there, round that eye a little bit more in the corners, like I did it. And then we're going to start thinking about putting that pupil in. That's when that bad boy is really going to come to life. And I have another option too, but it's pretty big. Nah, we're not going to go that big. Sorry, folks, I was just looking at because you know what? We have the whole, we can kick it up a notch and go to the 1/4 inch tools, like the Fordham, right? And this is called a 1/4 inch shaft, where all of the Dremel are 1/8. So you can see there that the frickin' 1/4 inch shaft tools, and that I fit into, this is my Fordham SR unit, and that Fordham takes the 1/4 inch burrs. So I do have this one here, that it's a ball nose, and it's not so crazy. It's not so crazy big. And here, I'll just take it out of the... So that one here, that's a Kutzall ball head, right? So I could use that for the big... See, so what you would do for that, there's the eye, right? You'd go straight up and down and push in, and then you're left with that shape. And that's how you start the eye. But I don't know if we're going to have to go that big. You know? This is all, I'm just a learner too in this whole world. We're just all doing it together, folks. Alrighty. So, let's make a little bit more noise and work on that eye. So I would like to at least get it to the point where you guys see it looking back at you. You know? Because that's the fun part. When that bad boy comes to life, right? Okay, one more little section here, guys. Thank you for being here. Oh. Pee-pee. Here we go. Go!
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Now, while I let my glasses defog, I'll wipe my head here. Pretty warm in the old creation station there, folks. I tell ya. What do we got going on here? Tarek is here. Hello, Tarek. So is here. Hello, So. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Sister So has her own channel, guys, Under the Bark. Please check her out. Very, very good carver. 55, 40 verse likes. 55 viewers, 40 likes. Oh, well, that's pretty good, eh? That's not too bad for a Wowie. Got 45 viewers, 39 likes. Hit that like, folks. I'm almost to 40 likes. Sure does help. Gives that algorithm hamster, guys. Keeps him very, very happy. You all do. So yes, Sophie, I wish I could tell you what this thing is, but it's just an alien creature from my own weird mind. Sorry, it's hard to get it. So I'm carving its eye out. There's some eye bags there. Its weird little mouth. But it's basically a Burl club kind of thing. And when we first got it, my brother said, "Can you see that weird face? It looks like a Star Wars creature." And I was like, "Oh yes. Oh yes, I see it, brother." And but in the beginning, I wasn't good enough to carve it. So we saved this. So we saved it. And now we're bringing it to life. So, while I'm talking, what I think I'll do here is figure out the best part for its eye. So I'm just going to draw it in here. And see how it looks. Now, should it be like at the top part of the... I'll just draw it in here, and then we'll look. Like, should it be like that? Or should it be looking more out at the person? Like so the pupil's in the middle? What do you guys think? Be a member of Wowwy'z Workshop. Please subscribe. Or, watch, I'll erase it. And we'll draw it more in the center and see how that looks. You gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out right. Because, as you say, in the carving world, it's really hard to put the pupil in the center of the dark area. Says Tarek. Okay. So yeah. So let's say the... And when you're doing things with eyelids, guys, always remember to put a little bit, like, under the eyelid. Like when people will, I see in some carvings that people will just put this circle, like the big part, completely visible, and then the carving looks like this, right? But if you put, you know, that top part of your circle, the colored part of your eye, if you put a bit of it underneath the lid, that's usually how an eye looks, right? So, in doing this one, it would be meow. How does that look? That's good, says so? Just give it a little expression. People in the center of the dark area. Is that more, or should I have it even more in the center, Tarek? I think that kind of looks neat. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, to get that first, I'm going to go in there with this Kutzall ball. Oh. You know, I do have, this is coarse, but a worn away coarse, but I have a brand new. Yeah, let's try the brand new. Oh wow, these ones are so new that I haven't even cut the sides open yet. My goodness. Perks of being a Kutzall affiliate, folks, eh? I'm just kidding. But no, we are Kutzall affiliates, but I ain't bragging, I'm one of those people that until I've used all of my old bits up, I have a hard time opening up the new sets. This is a really wicked set, guys. Look at, you got your little ball nose there. That's the old Kutzall Extreme. This here is the ball I'm going to take out and use. That's the taper, but in coarse. And then this is this ring-a-ding-ding. I don't tend to use these very often, but I got to start figuring out ways to use them. So I don't like having burrs that aren't being used. I feel bad for the little guys. As stupid as that sounds, I actually do feel bad for them. Okay, so yes, with this one I'm gonna just shave that shape out with this burr, and then we'll figure out which one to use to make the pupil. You guys will see, this is like the magic that happens. It's awesome. Okay. And also, when you pull the brand new burrs out of that box that Kutzall gives you, make sure and clean the end, because the glue from that box will get into your collet and gum up everything, and it ain't nice. Okay. So this isn't going to take super long. I will put on my face mask, but I won't turn on the whole dust collector just yet. Okay, this will just be a sec. Ugh. Woo! She's warm. Okay. Didn't take it that long. That ripped right into her. So next, we will figure out. Yeah, I see which one. Okay. Let's use that long ball nose that I had. Where is that? This is not round. Let me see here. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. Oh no, I found it. Okay. Huh. Yeah. I can always widen it. We'll go with this one. Sorry. Gotta make it right. Okay. I'm just going freestyle, guys. I love it when a plan comes together. Now I can go a bit deeper right here and get this a little bit more pronounced, because then you'll see more of a shadow. Let's go with the smaller, yes, this one here. Just to get this shadow a little bit more pronounced. I'm gonna go to some picture. Yeah. Yeah! That's what I like. Okay. Now, we gotta go in a little bit deeper into these wrinkle lines here before I get too carried away. Bringing it on home. There we go. Let's get a little bit more wrinklage defined.
Oh. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm laughing while I'm working there because when you finally see what you had in your head stare back at you. A vulture head. Uncle V says, looks like a vulture head. A Pokemon? It's an entity. It's an alien. Creature. I'm just trying to get a good look at it here with the shadows. I think that inner eye, I think the pupil has to be a bit bigger. Just what my eye's doing, and if I don't do it, it's gonna bug me. I'll be like, I should have done that. I was on live, yada yada yada. So we don't like regret here. So I'm gonna punch that in a little bit more there. And maybe even just another little swipe with the with that bigger ball just to say that we were there. I was here, and you can't take it away. Yeah, that's finally looking like the freaky thing that was staring at me the whole time that I didn't think that I could do it. All right. Well, got to get the right light to really see that eye, how that eye pops off. But yes, there's a crazy thing that you didn't know it, you ever didn't know that you wanted to see done, but you got done. Whatever the heck that meant. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm going to fine tune that eye a little bit more. You really got to get the shadow. You really got to get that shadow to work in your favor for the true magic to, like, you know, reveal itself. I should have maybe went with that bigger one that I had in the Fordham right off the bat, but hey, you don't know these things, right? You just don't know until you do it. Yep. I'm pretty happy with that. But like all carvings, you fine tune them, you mess with them here, you do this there. I'm going to just do this a little bit. I don't know if there you go. You see them? There it is. So I will. He ain't totally finished yet. And I like to, there's certain things you can do with stain to really get into the cracks and get into the folds and stuff. You use a little bit of Alien turkey. Yep, that's what it is. It's an alien friggin' turkey. But there's little tricks you can do with the stain and stuff to make the lines that you've done for the wrinkles and stuff for them to really, really pop out. And those are little things I'll do, like with a really, really fine tip paintbrush. And you go in there with just a brown stain, a wood stain. And yeah, you can just get little things. You can also use a wood burner in the cracks in your wrinkles and stuff. But there's all these different tricks you can use to make your features pop out more. But yeah, that was a crazy subject to carve when you're just making it up, you know. But sometimes that's the fun. That's the fun way to do things, because when you're just making it up from your own mind, you know, there are no rules. There are no rules in art. Now, for some of you guys, the alien turkey has arrived. So some of you guys that have been here since the beginning saw that we put some color on Bing. So let's go get her and see what happened. Ooh. Let me get a good look at you. That's pretty neat. Wow, guys. As you can see, Bing's got some color. Oh, yeah, that ain't. So look at that. Look how that hardwood took it. I think that's pretty neat. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give her another go of the wood dye. But I think that's better than painting it full on with spray paint and covering all of the wood grain. What do you guys think? Because you guys are all a big part of this project too, right? We created it together. Tark says yes, thumbs up. Grumpy says turkey alien. Yes, it is a turkey alien. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. So what do you guys think of Bing? Looking cool, says From Trees to the East. Derek Pratt into Canton says no spray paint. Okay, Derek. Thank you, man. Because now that I'm seeing her, like when the crystals are all glued in, there's going to have static grass and moss flocking. I use flock, green flock, to make moss, right? To cover up all of that, all of the glue spots. But just for closing, let's put her crystals in. And see how they're looking with this green. Does that one go there? That one went there or there? And this one goes there. Oh, this way. Thank you. And then this little one goes there. Or is it right here? No, I can't remember about that one. Well, that one might be for the base, actually. But up in here we got this little one, this front one, this one. Oh yeah, this one. And I thought I had another one. Maybe I did have this one smashed in there, but maybe it was, no, maybe it was in here. I don't know. I think I'm one short. Yeah, green one is supposed to go here. But you see, once we glue in Bing's crystals and then cover up all of the holes and the glue with the moss and stuff, I think that's going to be pretty darn cool. And then it's all going to be coming out of the base as well, her Burl base. Holy smokes, guys. It is finally all coming together. This freaking thing has been like, no, to put it all the time together of it's been crazy. It has been a crazy, crazy journey, this creation. But yes, how does that go? I had them all in there before. Was it this like this? Oh yeah, maybe it was like that. Yeah, and then this little went back there. Yeah. And then I have a special LED crystal light because she's going to be a lamp, folks. This is a lamp. And she's going to be holding her little tiny crystal LED Bing. And then also, from her cuff, is going to hang, the chain is going to be shorter, but one of my brother's copper or brass special pendants she's going to be holding on to. Bing! And she's going to be a lamp. And she'll be on her Burl base, okay? This is that clock that we've been sanding off from the 70s. That's the base for Bing. So, it's going to look like this. This is how it goes. And there's holes in the Burl too, in the base, I should say, for all her spots, because there's going to be little crystals shooting out of there as well. I'm sorry you can't see Bing's face, but this is where we've gotten to. So what I'm going to do, because I just got a new tool and it's part of DeWalt Day, I haven't opened it yet, but I got a DeWalt router. So I'm going to mark Bing out when she's in the most perfect spot. I'm going to mark out her spot, and then that's going to get routed so that she fits nice and snug into her spot, and then we will glue it. But yes, we still have to get the hole through here in the right spot so that the lamp wire can go through it. And oh my goodness, you guys, this has been such a mission of love. But I'm gonna trail off the green dye into this base so it all looks like it's all one. The grass is gonna run up the side and go up her so it looks like she's come out of the ground. And that's what the finished Bing is gonna be looking like. Oh my goodness. Has that ever been a mission? Ciao! But hey, thank God that Darren gave us a lot of work out and thought. Thank you. Man with a meteor, hello, how are you doing? What are you making, buddy? It's going to be beautiful, says Callan. Thank you, Callan. Excited to see the final product. Thank you, Callan. That's my cousin, guys. It's a lamp. I'm sorry you can't see the face, sir, but it's a Burl. She's got a little face, and she's a little light. She's a little light being. So she's got a really, really happy little face. She's going to be a lamp that's holding an LED bulb. The crystals are growing out of her. There's going to be static grass and flocking to blend it all in. And yeah, that's what she is. I don't have much. It's hard to explain myself when I don't even really know. She's just another creation like this one that we did today, guys. That's just a creation out of our mind, right? Out of our weird imagination. And Bing is a little tiny light keeper. And the world needs more light keepers, guys. The world needs more lighthouses. Oh man. Well, that was one heck of a session today, folks. So let me get you back here. Oh my goodness. Did we make it 4:07? 2 hours and 7 minutes to carve an alien turkey who's a what's it? And we dyed Bing for the first coat. Holy smokes. Let me get this crazy light off. There. Because I like to close it off in the cozy. There we go. Thank you guys so much. My goodness. God bless you, Derek. God bless you and all of you. And thank you guys for watching, for your patience with my weird way of this, for my hairdo. My goodness. And just for all being here, man. Like, you guys are my family. And every Wednesday, this is like having like a little family reunion. This is when my friends come to hang out with me. And you guys are Wowwy'z wonders. And I truly mean that. You guys are family to me. Bing is looking awesome, says Grumpy. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Callan. Oh, God bless. Yes, I understood, Derek. Thank you, man. Thank you, Callan, for coming. This has been so great having you here. And Aubrey and Kale still, if they're watching. It's really, it's hard for me to convey what it's like when my family, when my immediate family tune in. Because this is, you know, I ain't giving up, man. This is Wowwy'z mission. This is Two Brothers, One Mission. This is our voice. This is our call out to the world that we are here. And we're making our place here in the art world, in the YouTube world. And like I always say, guys, sorry. Crazy. Almost knocked off my light. There is no YouTube without you. Bang! Thank you, everybody. Let me hit some hearts here. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And we're going to continue on. I'm going to dye her again, so she's ready next time. Next week, guys. If I haven't done it, we're going to glue those crystals in on live. And if I have glued them in and I'm ready, we're going to start doing static grass and flocking. And that's going to be one heck of a journey. I tell ya, because I've done it before. And it's crazy, man. Static grass, you have this hopper and you have a battery and you have a circuit. And the static grass, you use static energy and it makes it stand up when you're shaking the hopper with a little roach clippy deal. And the little grass stands up and it looks like it's alive. It's so cool. We'll be trying all that. I'll be sharing it with you and teaching you guys the little bit I know. So I hope you come back to WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Much love, everybody. Thanks again for being. So neat to see that. Yes, you do, Derek, and I hope you come back, sir. Much love, everybody. Thank you, Aubrey. Thank you for coming, man. It really means a lot to me. Much love, everybody. Bye from Trees of the East, Tarek. Good night, Grumpy. Much love, brother. Welcome to the Mod Squad, man. Love you, big guy. May this find you all with blessings. Take care, Runic. Thank you, sir. Keep shining, man. You're an amazing creator. Much love, everybody. We'll see you soon. Wowie out.